Good Friday morning. I'm pressing the coffee down, or perhaps afternoon or evening, depending on where you're watching this, of course. I hope that you have something delicious in your pot or cup or whatever it happens to be. And yeah, I guess no Pip hair today, it's just good old me. But I hope you'll enjoy the toast just the same. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. So Christmas atmosphere is starting. I'm looking right across from me here at our Christmas tree that we decorated. So you know, nice feeling today, and you know, we're gonna have some fun with that also. I have a really nice shout out that I want to make. Actually, let's just start with that because it's kind of fun. You know, family that were in Cape Town and shot me some really super cute footage of their kids with the Hugo Boss.
Okay, why are you so excited right now?
Because Hugo Boss right there.
And who sells this boat?
Alex Thompson. I mean Alex Thompson.
Stephen Burner, thank you for that. Really, really nice. And so in this show, I want to actually start, and also we are going to, of course, release the name of the winner of the stunning. Let me grab it here. Of the doodle that I put on the Sam Davis Seawolf action that we all did together in the show yesterday. By the way, this morning, of course, I looked at the video and stunning again, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of supportive comments. So really nice, well done, Seawolves. And a little bit later in the show, I'm going to announce which one of you is going to get that. Today, I'm going to send that over. So look forward to that. Then I want to get really right to the Jules Verne, because yeah, it's not going good for the record. So here, join me and let's get to the tracker. And yeah, as you can see, so you know, this was about when we had our talk. Actually, yesterday they were pretty close together, of course. But you know, with the fact what we kind of talked about yesterday, that Sodibu Ultem 3 would have to tack several times because of the wind direction, and that IDEX Sport would not have to do that, and that it would probably put him right on top of it. And yeah, so as of about 5-6 hours ago, the record passed them by and is now actually about 174 nautical miles ahead of Sodibu. So yeah, really too bad to see that you know, all the efforts so far, no result in the sense that they're not ahead of the record anymore, which they had been previously pretty much from the start. So this is the first time that they're actually really dipping behind the record. Now, it's not all lost, obviously, because this particular phase of the race was just ridiculously strong and good for IDEX Sport. There is still a chance, you know, depending on the weather, of course, for Sodibu to complete this and get back in the race, but that'll be a little bit later. So the slower part for IDEC is actually only in like 5 or 6 days, I believe. So very likely, even if they're able to really keep the speed up now, for the next few days, they're likely going to be behind IDEX Sport for a while, until they might, you know, get a chance again with IDEX slowing down a little bit to be able to get ahead of them. So it's not lost yet, but yeah, too bad to see that they have gone, you know, behind the record. And if we look at the weather right now, of course, we do see here, if we zoom in a little bit, that they have some, you know, high pressure areas here with not so much wind, basically dead ahead. And yeah, we have to really hope that that's not going to, you know, going to stay, let's say, too long, because then that will really, you know, run them in the propeller, so to speak. So if we go to the weather situation right now in Windy, we see that so they're more or less here, and you see that same you know, sort of patches of low pressure, of high pressure there, sorry, in here. If we let the prediction run for, well, actually I'll just tap it forward, for the next 24 hours or so, we see that that system does sink more south, and that there's this kind of corridor opening up where there should be good wind all the way straight through, and then into this stronger patch again here, of course underneath the ice limit, because the Jules Verne is able to sail underneath that. And so it looks actually like this particular kind of picture that we see here of them running into that this may you know, this will lower and they'll be able to get in there. The question is, will it lower fast enough? Because this boat is just going so fast. You know, right now they're kind of slow, but you know, last 24 hours still 22.1 knot average. And as this moves over and they get a better angle, they should hopefully be able to speed up again. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Then for the Vendée Globe and everything going on in there. When we look at the tracker, two things really stand out. The first one is that the head pack has really started to come together again. Charlie has run into a bit slower air right now, doing about 10 knots average over the last 24 hours, while the rest of the fleet making significant gains. We see Thomas Rouillant here, 15 knots over the last 24 hours, 17 for Metro Cock. We've seen that yes, we can moved up in the ranking again from 6th to 4th, so you know, getting back to that third position that he seemed to like so much so far in the race, and he's basically only one off. And speed-wise, Jean Le Cam is also doing really well, 17 knots, so basically keeping up with the two other leaders. And then we have Lewis Burton also still doing really well, and of course well positioned in the sense that he is again taking a path that is covering quite significantly less distance than the rest of the pack. So depending on how this develops, it seems like he'll probably be able to kind of you know, more or less avoid this kind of patch of a bit lighter air, and he'll have kind of the strongest wind if we look at this overall picture for the next 24 hours or so. So he might move up again a few places, maybe the third or fourth. I think that Charlie's going to make it through here into the stronger winds also, so I think he will keep his lead. But we basically see the whole head of the fleet just contracting more and more together, which is interesting, and just you know, very nice group of sailers. They all found their stride now and just doing really well, really fast, all of them. So it's nice to see that the battle for the #1 position is far from over. Charlie has a good lead, but it is shrinking, and who knows, maybe in the next 48 or slightly over that time period, we might see an actual lead change, or at least people getting really close to that first position. So we'll see what happens. Right behind that, the story of Armel Trippon continues. Again, just absolutely killing it. Like I said, the head group has, if you look at it like an average, if you spread it over all the boats, of about 16 knots. He is again very well over that, with an average speed of 18 knots over the last 24 hours. So yeah, he's still significantly gaining on the rest of the boats, outpacing still consistently everybody ahead of him. I see here 15 knots, and so he's doing consistently 18, which is great. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on what Armel is doing, and let's see how he'll be in a few hours more. He will encounter a little bit some lighter air here as he's passing by this high pressure zone a little bit to the northeast of him. So we'll have to see how he gets through it. But so far he's just done so well that, well, I guess we will see what happens. And a little bit behind that, we see that, yeah, it has finally happened. Shirel now finally passing Ari Hursela on Stark, and about to pass Merci, also Sebastian Destremé. But so, yeah, congratulations, I guess, to Shirel's team. Basically had a completely badass ride from the moment he started with more or less, of course, a 10-day delay from Les Sables towards the leaders. And it's just very, very impressive to see that essentially just before Cape Horn, he's caught up with the back of the field, and he will actually not be the last to pass Cape Horn. That will be Ari Hursela, I guess. And he might actually get ahead of Sebastian Destremaux also before that. So yeah, talk about some impressive sailing. And yeah, for him now the real battle, of course, begins of fighting himself through the fleet. But I do think that psychologically, I think we can all imagine, having fought alone for so long and then finally being able now to have passed the first boat again. I bet you that Jeremy is just a basket of confidence right now, having achieved this. And that also gives you speed. That also, having Lady Fortune shine a little bit on you in that sense after so much trouble at the start. Yeah, let's just hope and pray that he doesn't run into any damage or anything like that, because we do see that this kind of the last part of the fleet is going through that same current where we saw so many boats now hit something, and where of course Sam Davis saw her boat being put out of the race, unfortunately. Same for Alex Thompson. So let's hope that Shirel will be able to get through this area carefully, and will stay in the race undamaged, and will be able to, with full confidence and full strength, start his Southern Ocean rounding also. Then for some Seawolves fun in the virtual regatta, because I have several of the virtual sailors kind of keeping an eye on the race for me, and of course also on the like how the Seawolves teams multiple are doing now. And so a few honorable mentions for today. We have the Seawolves overall leader, who is that's Valeska, as you can see here on the screen. So good on you. We have the Apivia pack leader, which is kind of the group that is kind of close to the actual real world leader group, Morati 1, 2, 3. We have La Aquitaine pack leader, obviously more closer to the real position of La Aquitaine, which is Toke 66. And we have a fellow Dutch sailor, Samu Vayu, who is basically with his kind of group escorting Pip Hare in the real world, past the Cape right now. Then we have Simon, who also named the Prodigy, who's actually taking care of kind of guiding this race. So just super nice to see that you all are doing really well. I think overall our team is ranking about 400 right now, so that's pretty darn cool. And also something I wanted to share, or kind of do a little bit of a shout out today, is Team Stover Sailing. I do not know your current position right now, wasn't able to find it real quick. But this is actually a school in Stover, I guess, who send me an email that every day as a school group they have one boat and they're sailing the virtual race. So they're all together, making their strategy every day, and watching Seawolves also as a part of that sailing group. So I just wanted to give you guys a shout out and say hope you are all doing super well in the virtual race. And that brings us to the moment. The moment is here to give away our first Seawolf giveaway, the doodle that I made in our Imaka Sails explanation video. And so thank you all for all your lovely comments and likes and support for Sam Davis, also out of her name. And the winner is Volker Grimmer. So I picked you out of the list, at random, scrolling through, hit one, and you won. So Volker Grimmer, I can't really find any personal data on your YouTube profile, which is fine, but please get in touch, contact at seawolvestv.com, and we'll arrange for this to come over to your wherever you are in the world as fast as possible. So congratulations, Volker Grimmer, and may it find a beautiful spot somewhere in your house or on your boat somewhere, and good luck with this. Then, last but not least, many of you have been emailing me when our coverage of the America's Cup is going to start, and the answer is tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to make a special video. It's going to be an American Cup special, you know, like the Jules Verne special, where we're going to explain about the race to get you all on the same page, so we all know, you know, what it is we're talking about. And of course the races that are starting now isn't really the America's Cup yet. It's kind of pre-races that are a requisite for boats to be able to compete in the America's Cup, but we're going to get into all of those details tomorrow. So look forward to that. Seawolves tomorrow, a new episode going to be the America's Cup special. So I'm really looking forward to making that also. I'm already working on it for several days, so I think you'll all really enjoy this. So that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to make sure that you get notified whenever the new show is about to go live. And if you want to become a backer, patron, helper, go to the website seawolvestv.com and you'll find all of the different options, including our shop with amazing hoodies, coffee cups. You think of it, you'll find it there. So have fun with that, and I'll see you all with a fresh cup of delicious, maybe a beer or something like that tomorrow. It is Saturday after all. I guess we will see. Have a nice day.